The motivational book industry and wealth-building courses are a large-scale money-printing machine, operating on the exhaustion and the desperate desire to escape poverty of the working class. Every morning, millions of people are jolted awake by alarm clocks, rushing into congested traffic to reach cramped offices or workshops. They face the pressure of sustaining life through countless expenses, from utility bills and rent to medical fees and the education of their children. This depletion of time, coupled with financial anxiety, erodes their energy, creating a massive psychological deadlock. Book publishers, public speakers, and consultants have recognized a source of immense profit within this very exhaustion. They provide a mental painkiller through pages of text and expensive seminars. Workers spend money on books to find an illusion of willpower, a safe haven where all deadlocks seem solvable simply by changing one's attitude. Turning each page and noting down motivational quotes provides a false sense of achievement, leading them to believe they hold the key to the gates of financial freedom. The appeal of these books stems from the initial psychological nudge they provide. Absorbing concepts like discipline, perseverance, or long-term vision helps readers temporarily escape a victim mentality and dare to think about taking action. However, the line between mere psychological motivation and an invisible financial trap is incredibly thin. These hope merchants intentionally sanitize the brutality, the meticulous calculations, and the ruthless risks of the commercial world. They transform complex economic theories into short, catchy slogans for easy virality. A fundamental psychological law is that humans always prioritize easy, low-friction paths and avoid threatening truths. Instead of presenting dry financial spreadsheets or analyzing the causes of bankruptcy, this industry sells the masses a pre-packaged magic formula, a sedative that masks a harsh reality. The most common and profitable deception today is the deification of passion. Speakers constantly sow the belief that if your desire is great enough, the entire universe will automatically conspire to help you succeed. Reality proves that the market is a cold machine, operating solely on the laws of supply and demand. Customers pay in exchange for products or services that solve their practical problems, rather than concerning themselves with the dreams of the seller. An individual may have a profound love for baking, but that affection does not automatically generate skills in cash flow management, cost calculation, or the art of human resource management. When professional competence is lacking, initial enthusiasm is merely fuel burning in a vehicle, hurtling toward a cliff. An iron will become worthless without the right methodology and market understanding. Passion is the gasoline, but execution skills are the engine. A car without an engine will remain stationary, no matter how many barrels of gasoline the driver pours in. Wealth-building seminars and courses take this manipulation to a more sophisticated level by exploiting crowd psychology. Organizers create closed environments with meticulously designed sound, lighting, and interaction to push the emotions of participants to their peak. Standing in a hall filled with people sharing the same financial deadlocks creates a sense of belonging to a community. Social consensus creates an invisible pressure, making it easy for individuals to abandon skepticism and critical thinking. At the moment of emotional explosion, promises of wealth are easily planted in the mind. Customers are willing to sign loan papers or use credit cards to buy advanced courses costing several months of salary, believing they are investing in their future. This collective euphoria acts as a powerful stimulant, obscuring the truth that they have just transferred real assets in exchange for folders full of empty theories. The continuous consumption of inspirational content and the power of thought philosophy creates an addictive loop. Workers are drawn into chasing positive emotions instead of facing and solving practical problems. Believing in the law of attraction, they assume that visualizing a bank account full of money or a luxury car will attract those material things to them. This delusion provides a soothing sedative, helping them evade the truth that their income is stagnating and their professional skills are becoming obsolete. When positive thinking fails to transform into real money, experts turn around and blame the buyer. They claim the customer stumbled because their thoughts lacked power, or they had not cleansed their psychological barriers. To fix this, participants are encouraged to buy more books and register for new courses. This loop ties individuals into a state of dependency, where the more they crave success, the more their assets are drained. A more subtle and destructive trap lies in the sweet talk regarding financial leverage. Many authors praise borrowing money to start a business as a peak strategy of great minds. They paint a glorious vision of using other people's money to get rich quick, making readers hallucinate that they are learning the secret arts of elite investors. In reality, inciting the masses to borrow to get rich is the spark that ignites a series of family disasters. When an ordinary worker decides to mortgage their only home or borrow a large sum for an unverified project, they are placing themselves on the mouth of a volcano. Debt pressure creates a heavy psychological burden, paralyzing the logical thinking and composure required in business. When sales hit a deadlock, but debts are due, panic replaces clarity, leading to rushed decisions that accelerate the collapse. Get-rich-quick books often ignore a vital truth. Billionaires or large corporations, when raising capital, have massive collateral, elite legal teams, and multi-layered protection systems. For the elite, the bankruptcy of a small project is just a superficial scratch. Conversely, for an office worker or a small trader, failure when using financial leverage means total devastation. This collapse drags down the entire family, stripping children of educational opportunities and incinerating the future. The mathematics of risk probability always yields a cold answer. Inspirational authors blind readers, with the argument that perseverance will reduce the failure rate. However, global data shows that the majority of new businesses close within their first few years. When you multiply a high probability of failure by a large debt, the result is a machine that crushes everything the borrower owns. Encouraging the masses to go into debt for a startup is essentially herding them into a gamble where the bookseller collects safe cash, while the buyer must bet their very financial life. This industry maintains its power by thoroughly exploiting survivorship bias. The organizations behind it go to great lengths to find and showcase the stories of a few rare individuals who achieved success after betting all their assets. Speakers dissect the habits of winners, such as waking up early, meditating, or maintaining a positive attitude, then package them into a universal formula for everyone. In contrast, they intentionally bury the cries of tens of thousands of others who applied the exact same formula but are now hiding from debt in the shadows. The cemetery of bankrupt businesses is always absolutely silent. When the spotlight only shines on the person at the summit, the crowd below develops the illusion that the path is smooth. They are blind to the truth that success sometimes comes from random luck, hidden connections, or solid family financial foundations that have been kept secret. The pragmatic world of commerce operates in complete contrast to the chanting herd in glittering seminars. Sophisticated merchants, those who truly survive recessions, act with extreme caution. They avoid starting new projects with large debts just to show off scale. Instead, they probe the market with the smallest possible steps, using their own resources to create a prototype to see if anyone is actually willing to pay. If their judgment is wrong, the price to pay is very low and within control. This validation process happens quietly and slowly. It requires great patience and is completely devoid of the aura found in mythical success stories. Those with a pragmatic mindset always know how to maintain a safe survival foundation for themselves and their families. They refuse to cut off their own retreat in the name of committing for passion. Many hold on to stable jobs to use their salaries to nurture their own projects until they truly become profitable. They focus their entire attention on actual cash flow instead of counting imaginary profits. Seasoned business people understand that debt is only effective when injected into a machine that is already running smoothly and needs expansion. Using debt to maintain an appearance of success or to sustain a loss-making project is the seed of self-destruction. Instead of wasting time on hollow seminars, true business owners prioritize honing dry but practically valuable skills like contract negotiation, financial statement analysis, process optimization, and human resource management. These are the combat tools that help them survive and take money from the pockets of customers, rather than depending on encouraging incantations or the vague law of attraction. Motivational books or inspirational speeches are just the seasoning for a daily meal. Seasoning makes a dish more appealing and creates instant excitement, but humans will starve if they only eat seasoning. The core ingredients to survive and stand firm in society are sharp professional competence, market sensitivity, and a solid financial foundation. Without these, every spiritual medicine is useless, no matter how beautifully it is wrapped in flowery language. An excited mind inside an empty wallet and a head lacking skills only creates the perfect victims for asset-draining machines. The industry of selling hope will continue to grow strongly in the future. The desire of humanity to find a shortcut out of poverty is an infinite resource. Publishing corporations and speakers rake in real money by selling illusory dreams. When the stage lights go out, they walk away with full pockets, leaving the buyers to fend for themselves amidst the wreckage when their dreams collide with harsh reality. This game takes place openly, legally, and in the absence of pity. The market is always clearly divided into two groups: those who manipulate psychology for profit, and those who voluntarily surrender their assets to be immersed in sweet deception. By sowing the illusion of personal power, booksellers have turned the deadlock of workers into a highly profitable commodity. The continuous consumption of inspirational content creates a loop, making people feel they need to buy more to maintain their state of euphoria. Ultimately, the energy and money of the vulnerable flow entirely into the pockets of those preaching about freedom. Is the confidence burning within you right now a sharp, combat-ready competence? Or is it just a temporary anesthetic borrowed to cover up your weakness in a world that is always waiting to strip away every resource you have?